Presentation was planned for a 15-minute learning activity using Freire's cultural circle as an example of a learning circle. For this presentation, Carlos and I planned an activity in the educational context in Brazil. Given that Freire's cultural circle's experience was implemented in Brazil, we thought it was natural and appropriate to present an activity that teaches Brazilian students about the learning circle. We have given a title to our presentation, which is A Multimodal Circle, Creating Embedded Dialogues. A very disturbing situation affecting the population of students in Brazilian public schools nowadays concerns the health of our adolescents. In 2019, for example, over 650,000 babies were born to women aged 15 through 19 years in Brazil. So that gives us an average teenage pregnancy rate of 68.4 births, very high indeed. To address that, we're going to ask eventually, or allow this to emerge, these two questions. What is sexuality exactly, and who gets to define it? We propose two general goals, one more explicit and one more implicit. The reason we have the implicit goal that's going to emerge eventually in phase 3 of Freire's cultural circle, the conscientization phase, is giving Brazilian cultural values orientation. We avoid high uncertainty, we are high culture, fuzzy sets, we're more holistic in our thinking. Since everything has to be public and more collected, we have to be, and also spontaneous, you have to allow this to happen in long-term orientation. Sometimes the issue is not going to be addressed openly in the first debate, in the first dialogue, the first circle. We aim to involve 10 young men aged 14 through 17. The teaching learning strategy is the Paulo Freire's cultural circle. In terms of materials, we propose to use the arts, the visual arts and literature, the performing arts, to develop a number of embedded dialogues or circles. To that end, we are going to use local and regional cultural elements, such as the cordel, the repente, the capoeira, the berimbau. Given the values orientations of Brazilians, again, we will implicitly, indirectly tackle the topic of health by means of body experiences, body actions, practice using the body of students. As you navigate through dialogues 1 through 5, and we are allowing students to amplify their cultural repertoire and to strengthen local and regional culture by means of integrating and appreciation experiences together. We hope to make a transition to how are they experiencing using their body, not just at the moment, but as they're at this stage of growing up. How are they feeling emotionally, mentally, physically? This is just a sort of a transitional mode to the next dialogue, the next circle, which could be in the same day or in different day, in which students are going to be presented with photograph prompts: embraced couple, young people kissing, wedding, and see what comes up in their discussion. But when you present photo 4 and 5, then the discussion should gear towards not so much of a magical or naive or uncritical thinking. You want to make the transition to how much society and family expose children and adolescents as vulnerable to some sexually transmitted disease or paternity. And as our Brazilian culture does that, it encourages people to be sexually active as a demonstration of masculinity without any responsibility. And it's urgent to take some action. So that's the point where you want to see where they stand and which sort of a proposition, action proposition they're going to propose.